The new year doesn't arrive with fanfare. It doesn't knock on your door with promises neatly wrapped. It simply appears relentless, neutral, indifferent to what you've done or failed to do. And 2026 will be no different. Silent until it's too late. It won't wait for you to finish getting ready. It won't delay its challenges until you feel prepared. It won't spare the hesitant, nor reward those who merely wished. 2026 will demand action, clarity, courage, and those who aren't aligned with these truths will be left behind, not out of malice, but by the simple gravity of time. You think you still have time, that tomorrow will mirror today, that the world will carry on as it always has, that opportunities will fall from the sky, that wanting is enough. But the truth is harsher. Wanting builds nothing. Only what you truly do shapes your future. And 2026 is already being forged. Not in boardrooms, not in social feeds, not in algorithms, but here, now, inside you, in the decision you make, in this very moment, in the discipline you choose or abandon, in the inner conversation you feed, the one that builds you up or breaks you down. Because the future isn't something that happens to you. It's something you build, brick by brick, choice by choice, minute by minute. And it all begins with mindset. Mindset isn't forced optimism. It isn't pretending everything's fine while chaos roars within. Mindset is the invisible architecture holding up your reality. It's how you interpret the signals of the world. It's the lens through which you see obstacles not as walls, but as stepping stones. Most people live with a survival mindset. They avoid risk, suppress desire, follow the shortest, safest, emptiest path. But the extraordinary is born from a creator's mindset, one that understands the world won't hand you anything, but that you can build what you need from what you already have. This mindset isn't conjured from thin air. It's forged in the silence of mornings too early to be human, in nights when the world sleeps and you're still working, in moments when doubt screams louder than hope, and you choose to go on anyway. And what sustains that mindset is belief. Not the vague belief that it'll work out, but the deep, unshakable conviction that you are capable. That effort has meaning. That time, when used wisely, rewards. This belief doesn't rely on outside validation. It rises from within, like a root pushing through concrete to find water. It's the force that lifts you after the 9th failure. That makes you send the email even as your pulse races. That keeps you training when no one's watching. That compels you to write the first sentence of the project that terrifies you. Without belief, every plan turns to dust. With it, even the impossible begins to tremble. But blind belief leads to the abyss, which is why it must be guided by clarity. Clarity is knowing exactly what you want, not what others want for you. It's distinguishing between fleeting desire and lasting mission. It's understanding that saying yes to everything is saying no to what truly matters. Modern life is a labyrinth of distractions, notifications, deadlines, comparisons, other people's voices all conspiring to blur your vision. But clarity cuts through that noise like a blade. It reminds you, you don't need more time. You need more focus. Clarity turns abstract dreams into tangible goals. It swaps someday for today. It replaces paralyzing anxiety with one concrete next step. And that next step only matters if it's aligned with your vision. Vision isn't a poster on your wall. It's the living image of the future you refuse to abandon. It's what you see when you close your eyes and think, this is worth fighting for. Those without vision are pushed by the wind. Those with vision become the wind itself. Because vision gives direction, yes, but also courage. It makes today's sacrifices feel light against the weight of tomorrow's purpose. It carries you through exhaustion, criticism, uncertainty because you see beyond the now. You see the 2026 that doesn't yet exist, but is already being built by your hands today. And that vision only has soul if it's rooted in purpose. Purpose is the why that lights your inner fire. Not what you do, but why you do it. It's the difference between working for money and working for impact. Between living by habit and living by conviction. Purpose doesn't need to look grand in others' eyes. It can be simple, caring for your family, creating something beautiful, leaving a legacy of integrity, because only truth sustains you through the longest nights, when the world is quiet and doubt returns. And when purpose meets discipline, something magical happens. Discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom in disguise. It's the daily choice to honor your future self over your present impulses. It's waking before the world to train your mind, your body, your craft. Planners from deliverers, waiters from builders. It doesn't require inspiration, it creates it. Because action precedes motivation, not the other way round. And that brings us to the most powerful instrument of all, action. Action is the only antidote to the paralysis of fear. It's what turns thought into reality. It's what corrects mistakes, reveals truth, builds reputation. Action doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It thrives in the imperfect now, and every act, even a small one, generates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels more action. And in that cycle, something profound occurs. You begin to feel gratitude. Not the shallow gratitude of, I'm happy because it worked out, but the deep gratitude of, I am whole, even as I walk, because you realize the journey itself is the gift. That every step, even the crooked ones, teaches you something essential. Gratitude doesn't deny pain. It embraces it with wisdom. It reminds you that even in chaos, there is something to learn, something to celebrate, something to honor. And with gratitude, you become more adaptable. Adaptability is the art of flowing without losing your essence. It's understanding that the world changes and you can change with it, without betraying who you are. It's rewriting the plan without losing the goal. It's pivoting without quitting. Nothing stays the same. Not markets, not relationships, not technologies. But those who cling rigidly to how it was are swept away by the current of evolution. Those who embrace change as an ally, who see chaos as opportunity in disguise, don't just survive. They lead. And leadership demands resilience. Resilience isn't the absence of pain. It's the ability to move forward even when wounded. To rise after the blow, take a breath, and keep going. To refuse to let a single no extinguish your flame. Every great human achievement was born from someone told, you can't, who answered not with words, but with action. Resilience is built in adversity, not comfort. It's forged in the fire of failure, not the ease of early success. And the only way to cultivate it is through continuous learning. Learning isn't hoarding information. It's transforming experience into wisdom. It's questioning what you thought you knew. It's being willing to be humbled by the unknown, because you understand that's where growth lives. The people who master 2026 won't be the smartest, but the most curious, the most open, the most willing to fail, correct, and try again. They understand that knowledge is a river, not a pond, and to stop learning is to choose stagnation, the slow death of the soul. And it's in this state of constant becoming that you find your true power. Because 2026 isn't just another year. It's a mirror. It will reflect exactly who you've become by 31 December 2025. Nothing more, nothing less. If you keep procrastinating, 2026 will find you in the same place, only older, wearier, with fewer excuses. But if you decide today, right now, to change, to act, to take command of your life, then 2026 won't be your enemy. It will be your ally, your harvest field, your stage. Because time isn't your adversary. It's your witness. And it's already recording every choice you make from this moment on. So stop waiting. Stop justifying. Stop postponing. Call the person who can guide you. Start the project that frightens you, not when you're ready, but now, with trembling hands and a racing heart. Because 2026 won't wait for you. But you can master it today. Not with luck, not with wishes, but with real, repeated, disciplined action guided by purpose. And when December 2026 arrives, you won't merely be surviving the year. You'll be celebrating what you built. Because you weren't dragged by time, you shaped it. Choose. Now. Before the clock strikes midnight, and 2026 begins without you.